Hey everyone, this is Renee Millman at reneemillman.com. Thank you so much for joining me and tuning in for this week's life coaching topic. I think this is really cool what we're going to be talking about today. Every behavior is a clue. This can be applied towards yourself or someone else. Let me first start with an example. A couple years ago, I watched the movie The Big Short. Excellent movie. And the narrator at the very beginning, when he's talking about the characters that are going to be coming out in the movie, he says that they did something that no one else did. They looked. And right there says a lot. So when looking at your own behavior or that of others, all that you simply have to do is to look and look objectively. But what do I mean? So what I mean is, if you look at a person's behavior or maybe a behavior of your own, what does that tell you about them? How did that behavior arise? What gave birth to that behavior? So maybe if someone's very defensive, they're very judgmental, maybe they're explosive and they have a really bad temper, maybe they have victim mentality, maybe they self-sabotage, maybe they don't have much confidence. So you can look at any one of those examples and ask yourself, what conditions or situation would give rise to that result? It's sort of like this process of deductive reasoning, or kind of working backwards. Here is the end result. Someone is very defensive. Well, what would make someone defensive? Were they born that way? They were just born defensive. And I'd say not likely. It's probably something that they learned. Why? How would someone learn how to be defensive? Probably because they were attacked a lot. And so they learned how to defend themselves. Or why would someone have victim mentality and always be putting themselves down and not feel like they're capable and always accepting bad situations? Probably because that person was victimized. They couldn't stand up for themselves because standing up for themselves made that situation more dangerous and more risky in a bad way. So do you see what I mean? Everything is giving us information, and with that information, we can do one really, really cool thing. We can have compassion and understanding for ourselves and for others. I think there's enough judgment and harshness and anger and hatred in this world. We need more love, we need more compassion, we need to be more accepting. So if we can kind of understand that we have our own stuff, everyone else does too, and look at it from, there is something underneath this behavior that is not serving them or not serving us. There is a good reason that gave rise to that. So what do we do about this? So you may identify, yes, I have an explosive temper, and this is why, because this is what I saw modeled for me as a child, and now that's what I do as an adult, or whatever the case. That's just an example. So now, once you have awareness, now you can choose. Do you want to keep acting that way or not? It's a simple choice. And if you decide, I don't want to keep doing that, then we need to work on correcting it. Here's the most logical way to correct it. You can say, I will just simply monitor myself, and when that feeling comes up, I will choose something different. But I don't think that's very likely to happen. That's a very linear way of handling the situation. And it will work part of the time, but it will not work when you are tired, you've had a rough day, you've got a lot of stress on your mind, and all those bases are loaded, and then that stimulus comes into the equation, and then boom, you explode. Not gonna work. What we need to do is to go back to the root. Like I said earlier, go back to the place where that pain was born. Identify, where did it come from? When did it start? And address and heal that. And that is how you are going to change it. Once you address that root, all the other stuff will gradually and eventually fall into place. And it won't have to be, I just have to monitor and make sure I don't say this or I don't respond this way. That will only take you so far. You need to work at the root level if you want to clear this out and really change it. And as you are doing that, allow yourself to feel those feelings. And it may be a process of grieving. It may hurt. It's not going to be fun. It may, it's going to be bringing up some feelings that you haven't allowed yourself to feel and process. But that's a necessary part of healing. It's like you get a wound or a scratch or cut yourself, you need to clean out that wound so it can heal and heal correctly and well without getting infected. It's the same kind of thing when it comes to our emotional body. I also recommend, very similar to this topic of this video, is to look at my video called The Courage to Look Within. I'll put the link to that below. It ties in very closely to this topic. So that's about it. Let's identify the root, clean out that wound, allow ourselves to process and work through those feelings, and then things will start to transform. Realize that we're always getting information about ourselves and how we handle things and how we react and what our feelings are telling us. It's all information. It's really cool, whether it's for ourselves or for someone else. Okay? I hope that this has helped give you some clarity and some insight and clues to help you understand. And let me know how it goes. All right? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.